Swansea. Welcome. Nice little business trip to Milan, huh? So if you're all here, who's getting the scoops and spy shots out at the test tracks? Now, it was 25 years ago that the first KTM Duke reared its head. At the time, all the experts, the naysayers, and fun police all said it was a very bad idea. Broke all the rules, would never work. Did we care? Of course we didn't. In time, Dukes became Super Dukes, and eventually mutated into the Beast. So, to celebrate 25 years of Dukeness, we've got 2 new surprises for you all. First up, it may look a little familiar, but this is its evil twin.
Well, welcome to the EICMA 2019. Benvenuti tutti a Milano. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us here at the KTM booth. It's good to see you all, because we're just about to find out what's new about the KTM family in 2020. So later on you're gonna spread the word. Now you can live stream it. I'm even seeing that one. But I'm going to be joined here. I have always a partner in crime at the EICMA, and it's again Hubert Trunkenbolz. A very warm welcome to him. He is the CMO of Tira Mobility and of course of KTM. Benvenuto.
Welcome everybody. Thanks for coming and joining us for the press conference at the EICMA in Milano. Thank you.
So, you've already seen the video, and of course you're expecting something totally new, because we're just about to see the new lady in the Duke family here, Hubert. So we're going to have the unveil. Where are the ladies? We have Katrin and Martina. Yes, please join us. So straight in, there's no time to be wasted for KTM. It's about to say hello to the all-new KTM 890 Duke R. Thanks, Katrin. Thanks, Martina. Hubert. She looks already very, very fast and of course sharp, but what is this all about to have another benchmark in this segment of a naked bike? Tell us about it.
Yes, Alex, this time we took it really serious with the R model, because this is another bike in the naked bike range. The 790, of course, we will continue in production. And normally always the R models are the flagships in the segment. And this time we increased the displacement, so from 790 to 890. It has more power, more than 120 horsepower. It has more torque. It has high-end brakes, tires, and of course it has an unbeaten power-to-weight ratio. So it really deserves the name R, and it's the flagship of the mid-range Duke series.
You can always see, dear journalists and everybody, the main facts, technically wise, are always here on the screen, so you can read it through, and later off you're gonna have also the press kit where every detail is in. Of course, we're gonna just try to bring the most important stuff over. But at the same time, it's a bike that's for daily commuting, very, very sharp, on track, off track. So what can the customer expect from this addition to the Duke family?
It's for sure also for an ambitious rider who wants to join on track days, but nevertheless, of course, it brings you from A to B, it brings you safely to work. in the morning. It's a very versatile motorcycle. Even it is very powerful. Yes, it's a pure KTM, as you can see, playing all the attributes from extreme purity to performance. So we're proud of it, and we think it's the perfect enlargement of the Duke model range.
R&D gave it a name. The hashtag is Super Scalpel, so it's super sharp. And of course, the customer's going to have the chance to put out all the KTM power parts available for this new product. So we're really looking forward to that one. But it's not the only naked bike that's got even sharper and even better. We have another one standing here on stage, and this is something I'm really looking forward to, because the mid-range is filled, but the top range has always been very, very important for KTM. And we call her the Beast, and it seems the Beast just got a little bit beastier, and you've seen the videos of the prototype already floating around the World Wide Web. Now you're gonna see it in action live here at the EICMA.
The darkness is full of demons, hazy creatures who lurk in the shadows, prowling under the cloak of dusk. But we're not demons. We're beasts. And we cast the shadows in which demons dwell. Make your presence felt. The 2020 KTM 1290 Super Duke R. Sing Dark Heart on the chassis.
We're waiting for that one. Ladies, there she is, the all-new KTM 1290 Super Duke R, or as you would say, the Beast. Just got a little bit beastier. Hubert, she's always been the benchmark, the top super naked bike from KTM. What can we expect? What was, the history behind getting her even beastier?
Yeah, first of all, Alex, I think that's our favorite bike in the range.
I totally agree with that one.
It's really our interpretation, it's KTM interpretation of a top naked bike. And it's all new. It's a brand new engine, it's a brand new frame, it's a brand new swinging arm. We really turned off every stone on this new motorcycle. And honestly, rather than going for sheer top-end power, we at KTM think that torque and rideability, these are the two real arguments that count for a naked bike. And this bike will provide rideability than no one other in this category. And even 180 horsepower, I think there's a message in combination with a very, very low weight and an extremely handling bike. It's just a pleasure to have it.
So to say, the ultimate naked bike and the torque killer for everybody else.
Yes.
I'm looking forward because I don't know if you're watching German, Austrian or Switzerland MotoGP. That's the bike I'm doing my track laps before the race, and I'm always enjoying it. I'm having a hard time to keep the front down. But anyway, how hard is it for the R&D to even bring this bike to a further limit? Because it's the benchmark for the company, for the R&D and the development.
Yes. That's the benchmark, and I think what is really important, this motorcycle is not a strict super bike. This is a naked bike from the ground, and we are one of the first ones who did these high-end naked bikes. We have a lot of experience and we know what the customers are looking for, and this is meeting the requirements, and that's for sure. And as I said, have a ride on it and you will be convinced about it.
The most thrilling naked bike from KTM is standing here. Technical details again here or later in the press kit for all of you. It's just an amazing bike and it's always fun to ride it. But the Duke story, Hubert, 25 years of Dukeness.
Yeah,
that's the hashtag, and also in the beginning, some people in the beginning shake their head and said, it's not going to lead anywhere. Now it's probably the big history of on-road success for KTM. How important is this model for you?
First of all, time is flying by. 25 years of Duke. This is a real, I would say, a worth to mention date. And since then, since 1994, where we launched the first 620 Duke, we've produced together with our partner in India, with Bajaj, more than 1 million Dukes. Can you imagine? More than 1 million Dukes. We have now a range of 6 motorcycles, starting with a 125 single-cylinder engine, to 390 single-cylinder, to now the parallel twin with 790 and 890 cc displacement, and the high-end, the beast with the 1290 all-new engine. So there is somebody in for everybody. It's a motorcycle where you can grow with KTM, and it's a DNA of KTM for sure in the street bike segment.
So there's no more reason not to get duped all around the world.
Absolutely.
We've covered it all now.
Yeah.
Okay, so big applause for the whole Duke series here. Family is growing. We are really looking forward to hit the roads and the racetracks with it. Talking about racetracks, still the DNA of KTM comes a lot from racing. That's why we also going to have a quick roundabout about what happened in motorsports. Another quick video that shows us what was going on the racetracks all around the world. There we are back again. So, Hubert, 300 world titles and still counting. A quick sum up about 2019, another very successful year on the race world tracks all around the world.
Yes, Ready to Race, that's the nucleus of our brand. We live it. It's the most important marketing tool that we have. So we all have racing in our blood, and Pete will tell you more. But I must say, it's not only an important marketing tool, it's also the most successful marketing tool that we have. Our MotoGP engagement, we're getting closer, we are getting really more and more to it, but I can just assure you, in terms of brand awareness, brand recognition on a global scale, it's a pleasure to see what happens, and therefore we're happy to be in. And what's coming next, I think Pete can better tell you than I can.
Yeah, just to sum it really quick up, it was an 18th Dakar title, 2 MX, the MX2 motocross title, AMA 450 SX title, and for that, of course, racing needs heroes. We have Kit Byrer already here on stage, but as an addition, we want to say hello to Sam Sunderland from Great Britain. He's 30 years old. Please join us on stage. He's won the Dakar in 2017 and just collected another world title, and he brings the Spanish Wonder Kid, El Fenomeno, with him. Say hello to Jorge Prado, 18 years old and already a 2-time MX2 world champion. Amazing, those heroes, Sam. Hello, welcome on stage. Guys, you're going to be talking about your successes real quick, but first we've just talked about MotoGP. Pit, it was of course the biggest, I'd say, challenge for KTM Motorsports ever. Another year is coming to an end, and it wasn't the easiest one, but you've got lots of positive things to talk about.
Hello, welcome everybody from my side. I mean, the off-roaders, we start the season very early with Dakar and Supercross and Motocross, so they give us the right spirit to go into the season. But of course, a lot of focus became on our MotoGP project, and yeah, we are on the way to come closer to the top. It's a difficult project, but I must say, you know, this year we came in dry conditions into the front row in Misano. We made it 9 times into the top 10, so means we are coming really step by step closer to the front. But yeah, it has up and downs like we all know in racing, and it took us quite many years to win also these important off-road championships. So we know how to handle this stuff. But lately, just injuries stopped us from doing the next steps. Miguel Oliveira injured since Silverstone after he just had a highlight with his 8th position in Spielberg. Then Paul puts the bike in the first row in Misano, finished the race in 7, breaks his hand the race after. So if we have injured riders, the whole project comes under pressure. And yeah, we all know at the end we need our riders. They are the heroes, and they need to pull the show at the end of the day.
So if you find a way to make them unbreakable, it would be easier to develop the bike and be successful in MotoGP. But for next year, after having quite some trouble finding riders for next year, because contracts everywhere was set and you had to work on it again, there's a lot of very young, fresh blood coming into MotoGP. You gotta be delighted, even if they're rookies, but they're very motivated to pull up this project.
Yeah, I'm really looking into the future, because in the same moment the guys who followed us saw how straightforward we built up our own riders in the background. They were growing with us through different classes. And now coming into the next season, we have Paul. I would say he's leading our MotoGP riders squad into the new season, but Brad Binder backing him up in the factory team. Miguel Oliveira on the Tech 3 team together with Ico Lecuona. So it means we have 4 really strong riders, but also the young riders, the next generation is growing up there with us. And but also I don't just want to rely on the riders. We were working really hard in the last weeks and months together with Dani Pedrosa to work on the new bike. So Tuesday in Valencia we're gonna show up with a brand new factory bike. All 4 riders gonna have the same bike, which is also the first time in this project that we got everything together to be at that point. So I'm really looking forward from next weeks to make another step into the project.
And of course, it's always important to get those rookies, those talents up there. Next year, you're going to have 2 guys in the MotoGP that been all the way through with KTM road to MotoGP. There's an addition to that. In the back, you're going to see a new bike. It's the Northern Talent Cup bike, which is always going to bring a base below Red Bull Rookies Cup. You're looking forward to that one too, to have like the full scale up to MotoGP.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we learned in off-road from guys like Jorge and Sam. If you can grow with the boys from even riding mini bikes with us, and later they become grown-up champions and they're standing here on stage, that's what makes us really happy and proud. But on the street segment, I think there was a bike missing how to enter the sport in a really cost-efficient way, that you can afford a bike and just buy a bike for a normal price and go riding like we are used to go motocross riding. Street racers, they need more track time, so we need to help to make access to racetracks with an affordable, but of course still strong and super good race bike. And with that new bike, I think we opened that door for a new segment in road racing.
Thanks a lot. There's going to be success in the future. And switching from on-road to off-road, a big applause for him. I just said 18 years of age. He's a twice MX2 champion, and Jorge Prado is now going to face a very big challenge, but we're going to talk about this season, which has been almost a perfect season, because if somebody wins 16 overall GPs out of 17, the word perfect is pretty close, Jorge.
Yes, it's been an incredible season. 2019 has been perfect for me, winning basically pretty much everything, so I'm super happy. I mean, it couldn't have been better.
And you haven't just won those races and those weekends. We have to say also, he dominated straight from the starts. In fact, he set 23 hole shots out of the gate. He just smoked everybody else. The next rider doing so was your teammate, so it stayed in the family. But I think you're going to be proud, because if you look around later here, there is a KTM 250 SXF Prado Special Edition. How do you feel having your own signature bike at the age of 18?
When they informed me about it, that they were going to take out 61 replica edition, you know, I was super happy, because when I was a kid, I was always watching the replicas from Tony, or in that time, I think Ken had one, so it's incredible to get one of myself. And like you said, I mean, 23 hole shots, that bike should be fast. So, and I prove it when I go racing. The KTM 250, it's a pretty strong bike, and yeah, for sure the replica, the Prado replica will be the best bike to buy for sure.
Probably the best ever to be bought by a customer. We're going to looking forward to Redford celebrating our own whole shots. But next year, challenge is big. He's going to be joining the most successful and the strongest MXGP team ever. Together with Antonio Cairoli, of course, and Jeffrey Hurlings. It's going to be combined 15 world titles under U3. That sounds like you should be scared, but I'm pretty sure you are not. What's the target?
Scared not, but for sure it's going to be a very interesting season. I need to work very hard to get in shape to the first round, and like you said, it's a big step moving to the 450 class. It's not easy, and with the guys up there, you know, all of them are so good. So no, but I'm happy that I'm moving up with the best guys behind me. Like it's very cool KTM Factory Racing Team, and I have no doubt that they will support me till the end. So I'm super happy to move up to the big class with them, because it's been a family to me since ever. So
good to hear, and all the best for your future. I'm sure Jeffrey and Antonio are going to have some sleepless nights. He's just going to be the rookie. Thanks a lot, Jorge Prado. And talking about dream teams, we're just going to jump over to the Red Bull KTM Factory Racing Rally team, because Sam Sunderland there, he's probably also completed a dream this year. Won the Dakar 2017, and now you can proudly name yourself a world champion. Sam, how does that feel?
Yeah, first of all, hello everybody. It's a pleasure for me to be here, and with Jorge and all these guys, you know, it's a huge honor for me. And yeah, as you say, obviously to win 17 Dakar, when you speak to people, they say, so you're a world champion, and you have to kind of explain, well, no, but I won the Dakar, but now I can say, yes, I'm also a world champion, and it wouldn't be possible without the team behind me. You know, the rally sport is such a team effort, and all the ups and downs that can happen through the course of a week-long race or 2-week-long race, you have to keep fighting, and you need everybody in your corner to get the job done, and I'm really happy for that.
While Jorge is training for the next season and taking some time off or just building up muscle, for you it's just around the corner. A couple of weeks to go, totally new playing field for the Dakar. Are you excited? Do you think you have a feeling of what to expect? What is your goal?
Yeah, certainly. The Dakar moving to the Middle East now in Saudi is a new challenge for everybody, and I think that's the spirit of adventure and rally, you know, to discover new places. And I think it's cool. It's a clean slate for everybody. Everyone's in the same position and has to adapt and try to overcome these things that we're going to have thrown at us. And I think we have the perfect team for it, and try to get that 19th win in a row.
No pressure on at all, but I think it's kind of expecting it. They want to have the 20, of course. If you do 18, no more. It's only 2 more. Okay, Sam. Talking about not only prototypes, you've been in Morocco this year launching the KTM 790 Adventure NDR model. How does it feel for you being a pro rider on a street bike there, or I'd say like a customer bike? I think you had a lot of fun there.
Yeah, of course, to go back to Morocco is always cool for me, and to ride a completely new bike that I'd never ridden before, and honestly I don't ride so much on the road. I didn't know what to expect from the bike, but after 10 minutes I was there riding with Mark Comer and looking down, and we were already at 160, and kind of like, wow, it feels quite similar to my rally bike. And it was cool to feel that confidence there in the desert in Morocco, because it's a little bit unpredictable terrain. So no, I think it's really positive, and I think it's a cool bike.
Thanks for your impressions. All the best. Best of luck at the Dakar, at the MXGP. All the best for you kids in MotoGP. Keep fighting, guys. Thanks for joining us here. Thanks. And we're gonna stay within the adventure of KTM. And there's one name, one brand, especially known for it. The brand is KTM, and the face to it is Chris Birch. So we're gonna have him here with us on stage. Please join us, Chris. He's pretty known. Thanks a lot. The community. The community for KTM is growing a lot, and he's a big part of it, because KTM is trying to activate all of you. Riders out there of all riding levels, and he's probably one of those guys having a lot of fun all around the world. Also, Chris, with the last year 790 Adventure R, you've, I think, been almost all around the world at any condition. Tell us your experience.
Yeah, the last year with the KTM 790 Adventure R has been a huge experience. We've been riding in North America, in South America, New Zealand, Australia, many places all around the world, snow, desert, you name it, we've experienced it on the 790 Adventure Islands here.
You make it look so easy. I'm sure many of you guys know the YouTube videos. He's really good there. Makes you feel kind of a little bit jealous, but technically wise, you always need the help to make it look easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bike that is easy to make look easy. The maneuverability, the response of the bike, it gives you everything I need we work together.
Okay, you've been also in Bosnia. There was the KTM Adventure Rally 2019. And you've spotted on your travel all around the world a new place where we're gonna hit next year with the KTM 2020 Adventure Rally. Can you say it? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, this year's rally in Bosnia set the bar very, very high. It was an amazing event. Brought people into a real feeling of adventure. So we have only have ourselves to beat, and we're going to try to do that in Greece this year at Nafpaktos, home of the Hellas Rally.
Okay, you've seen the images, I'm sure. It's an adventure to join, but at the same time, all the info for you guys out there, ktmadventurerally.com, that's the website, and you'll get the latest info. Registration, and that's important, it's going to start at the beginning of January, so please be fast to secure a spot, and then have lots of fun and join this guy on his adventure. But I think the adventure is really important for KTM, and they thought probably somebody's left out of an adventure, and that's why we're not going to have another latest news here up on stage. And this time it's going to be you, Chris, but you have to wait, because first we want to see her in action. So there's no more reason not to join the KTM adventure, and we're going to see here why. Almost as good looking as the ladies. Chris, it's your turn now. Time to say hello to the all-new KTM 390 Adventure, the latest baby in the adventure for KTM. And thanks, Chris, for doing so. Robert, it wasn't enough to just bring two more new naked bikes in the sector. Also, the adventure market was showing for something new and something different. Tell us about this new, latest, youngest baby.
First of all, I think you've seen on the video, it's a real KTM. So you can do with this bike things that no other brand can do in this segment. And besides the naked bike segment, for sure the travel touring segment is the most important street segment for KTM. And over the last decade, KTM became a real global player. So we thought we need to make a bike for the global motorcycle market. This will be the bike from Europe to America, to Latin America, to Asia, to India, to everywhere. And we have high expectations in this motorcycle, and we're sure it will fulfill these expectations. So some details, I think you can already see them. In terms of performance, power to weight ratio, as I already said, it's a real KTM, and it will do the job.
Okay, big applause. And there's no more excuse not to join the adventure party of KTM. It's really looking forward. And finishing off this one, I know we are all busy here this week at EICMA. Let's talk a little bit overall, Hubert, because the KTM family is growing. We are seeing this here at the booth, but of course we have to look a little bit at the bigger picture, because the peer mobility is of course standing above all of this, and there's also some more news coming for the future there.
As you all know, KTM is next to other famous brands like Husqvarna, part of a bigger group of the Peer Mobility Group, the former KTM Industries Group. And yes, we are proud in this group. We are really in all fields of powered two-wheelers, from combustion engine driven vehicles to electric driven vehicles to e-bikes even. And yes, we're proud that we could add another kid to the block. And when we take a look at the next slide, I'm more than happy to inform you that we have taken majority at the Gasgas. And for this, I would like to ask my friend Ramon to join the stage. That's the new kid on the block. You see, this is the brand portfolio that we have. Ramon, hi. So, and for us, that was the opportunity to enter in a segment where we have not been so far. A segment where we have big hopes in. As the markets are turning around, we were always looking to that segment, and now we're in the trial segment with the brand Gasgas, and we are very keen that this is another big and important element to our business case. Ramon, please.
No, thank you very much, Hubert. It's a real pleasure to be here and to become part of the family. It's really very exciting for Gasgas to have the best possible partner to continue to grow and really take the company to the very next level. So thank you very much, and I know there will be many more exciting things with you as partners and as part of the family.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Ramon Betolaza. So the latest addition to the Peer Mobility Group, Gasgas also there, I'd say latest addition to really make any ride possible within the family. Thanks everybody for joining. So this is already it, and we're happy that you've all been here, and we're happy to report that now you can spread the news all over social media, anywhere. Thanks for joining us a lot. Don't forget, you're gonna have the press kit here, and the staff of KTM is here all the next days to explain any single detail probably we couldn't answer right now. Thanks a lot, Hubert, for your help, my partner in crime. And that's it for us. Grazie mille, and hope to see you all next year when we're gonna say welcome to the EICMA 2020. Grazie mille. Bye bye.